90-Day Fiancé, Jasmine demands $916 million from Gino for wife services. Fans think she's not charging enough. 90-Day Fiancé star Jasmine Pineda doesn't want to shed more tears over Gino's heartless behavior on HEA. She is demanding the money for offering wife services after the latter asked her to pay over $70,000. The TLC star wants to settle the score once and for all. Jasmine finally came up with a brilliant response after Gino's scathing message on the show. She wants him to pay her back for the time, effort, and hard work she did while staying with him. The reality TV star isn't afraid to be deported back to Panama. Gino has been mad at her for ditching him for Matt and wants her to pay all the money he spent on her. However, fans are already fed up with Gino's crybaby attitude. What will Gino do now? Is Jasmine serious? 90-Day Fiancé, Jasmine discovers scary truth about her immigration issues. 90-Day Fiancé star Jasmine Pineda didn't prioritize her divorce before starting a family with Matt. She moved to Florida with her baby daddy to live a drama-free life. However, the TLC star is not able to leave all the negative behavior. Gino called Jasmine to ask her for the $70,000 he paid for her. He also claimed that he complained to the immigration office about her. Jasmine called her ex's sister-in-law, Michelle, and told her everything. She began crying while thinking that she would be deported. Matt went to a lawyer's office to find a solution. The lawyer told Jasmine that Gino has the legal right over the child as per Florida's law. He can even claim the baby as his child, and she would be separated from her child. 90-Day Fiancé, Jasmine wants Gino to pay $916 million for wife service. Jasmine Pineda knows how to entertain her followers even in crisis. She still fears being deported. But the TLC star knows how to take her revenge. Recently, the TLC star used her wit and sarcasm to slam Gino once again. Pineda shared a list of things she has done for him and charged him for offering them while being his wife. She called it a wife services invoice and included a list of things, including $400,000 for flushing the toilet whenever he left it dirty, organizing his cluttered spaces, watering and saving his dying plants. Jasmine wanted Gino to pay her $100,000 for dealing with his lack of intimacy, $20,000 for forgiving his cheating, and $50,000 for getting her banned from her job. She even mentioned huge dollars for listening to his annoying voice and purposely not adding her children to the K-1 visa. She also wanted him to pay her and her dog for therapy after dealing with him. The 90-Day Fiancé star calculated over $916 million for everything she had to face during her marriage. A blogger at 90-Day Fiancé _Alexa shared Jasmine's witty response to Gino's invoice. Fans loved the way Jasmine took her revenge and roasted her ex for slapping bills on her face. One fan said, "This is awesome. And she isn't charging enough." Another user noted how Jasmine forgot to add the price for licking Gino's sweaty toes. They feel she should charge more for the emotional abuse she faced during her marriage. 90-Day Fiancé, Jasmine breaks down in tears after shocking truth about her daughter's future. What scared her? 90-Day Fiancé star Jasmine Pineda can't seem to have a peaceful life, even after moving to Florida. She is falling into a situation that she never even imagined. The Panamanian native's American dream is already at risk due to her pregnancy with Matt. However, Jasmine never imagined the consequences of her actions that would put her daughter's future at risk. She is expecting a baby on happily ever after. The TLC star wishes to move on from her marriage and start a new life with her baby daddy, Matt Brownies. But Gino's new plan turned Pineda's life upside down. The latter had an emotional meltdown over the shocking news and shared her fears. What is Gino up to now? Why is Jasmine scared? 90-Day Fiancé, Matt accused Jasmine of not prioritizing her divorce. Matt Brownies is ready to start a beautiful new chapter of life with Jasmine Pineda on 90-Day Fiancé. He has been excited to become a dad and have his own family. But the TLC star wants his baby mama to get rid of her past before moving forward. Matt shared his concerns during the recent episode of HEA. He told the cameras that he had been telling Jasmine to file for a divorce for a long time. However, Pineda has been procrastinating and taking her legal issues lightly. She was in disbelief when her ex called her to ask for all the money he spent on her. Gino calculated the amount he spent on Jasmine's visa process, green card, rent in Panama, and their marriage expenses. He asked her to pay over $70,000 for scamming him. 90-day fiancé, Jasmine had a meltdown over her immigration issues. Jasmine Pineda is still expecting her child with Matt Brownie's on Happily Ever After. She has been trying to live every moment of her beautiful journey. The TLC star has not been able to clean up all the mess she has created in her personal life. Jasmine was in disbelief when Gino called her and asked for all the money he had spent on her. He complained to the immigration office about her alleged visa fraud. Recently, Jasmine called the TLC star's sister-in-law, Michelle, to share her true feelings. She said, "Gino just called me to tell me that he already went to immigration to accuse me of immigration fraud, so I'll get deported." The Panamanian native was sobbing continuously while talking to Michelle. Pineda felt her ex was mad at her for things she didn't know what to do about. She was more afraid of going through the pregnancy without Matt. The 90-day fiancé star didn't know what would happen to her. Hence, Matt took Jasmine to a lawyer to find a solution to Jasmine's legal issues. He wanted to know if she could divorce Gino and marry him before the baby's arrival. The lawyer wasn't sure about it because the pair had very little time. She explained that Gino will be the legal father in the eyes of the law. He could even claim Jasmine's baby as per Florida's law, and she would be deported. Matt couldn't believe that his upcoming baby would be separated from him. Jasmine broke into tears when she learned about the shocking truth. What will she do? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Did Jasmine from 90-Day Fiancé go back to Panama? Details explored. Jasmine Pineda, known for her appearance on 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, has sparked speculation about her current location after posting a recent Instagram update tagged Panama. The post included affectionate photos with her new partner, Matt Brownie's, and a caption reading, "Happily Ever After? More like happily done explaining myself. Catch me on 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, unbothered, unfiltered, and finally choosing me." The combination of Jasmine's location tag and her caption led to speculation among viewers about whether she had returned to Panama or was simply using the tag symbolically. Some interpreted the post as a potential indication that she may have reunited with her sons or left the U.S., though Jasmine has not confirmed or denied these assumptions. Whether Jasmine has returned to her home country or whether she used the tag to allude to her emotional state is what viewers are wondering. In the midst of fresh romantic happenings, Jasmine and Gino Palazzolo's relationship continues to deteriorate in 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9. What happened between Jasmine and Gino on 90-Day Fiancé? On a sugar baby website, Jasmine Pineda and Gino Palazzolo first connected during the COVID-19 pandemic. As their long-distance love developed rapidly, Jasmine eventually relocated to the U.S. But according to Season 9 of 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, their marriage seems to be failing because of problems with intimacy and a lack of respect for one another. The couple reportedly separated during filming. Jasmine began a new relationship with her gym friend Matt Brownie's and later had a baby with him. The couple agreed to an open marriage during their appearance on 90-Day, The Last Resort, but that arrangement has added more tension. In 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9, Episode 3, Gino asked Jasmine to meet with him and instead arrived with all her belongings in his car. He accused Jasmine of cheating with Matt before their agreement, based on his review of her phone records. Jasmine denied the allegations. Gino said in a confessional, "I had a whole life planned out with Jasmine. And for things to end this way, I feel like it was a whole waste of time and it just makes me sick." He asked for a divorce and added, I would prefer to wait for a recession when the market completely drops because I don't want to share money with Jasmine for free. In episode 5, titled There's No Place Like Home, Gino considers the possibility of reconciliation. Despite expressing love for Jasmine and acknowledging their 5-year history, he also begins exploring a new relationship with Natalie. Is Jasmine back in Panama, or just sending a message? Jasmine's recent Instagram post, tagged in Panama, created confusion about her whereabouts. While the Panama tag may suggest she left the US, Jasmine has not confirmed a move. She has previously used social media to provoke discussion, including a video of herself pretending to faint. Within 12 hours, her post had received nearly 18,000 likes. Despite the ambiguity surrounding her location, Jasmine appears to be in a stable relationship with Matt Brownies. On 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Jasmine has acknowledged Matt's consistent support, stating during a scene at a nail salon that she sees everything he does for her. She noted the contrast between Matt's efforts and her past experience with Gino. Gino used to deny Jasmine the emotional and physical closeness she needed, and Matt now seems to provide it. Matt, who has publicly acknowledged that he takes care of Jasmine, is shown performing deeds of kindness, including taking her to the nail salon and running errands for her. Despite this, Jasmine acknowledges that she still struggles with her feelings and that she still loves Gino. Meanwhile, Gino's new relationship with Natalie shows signs of a more relaxed dynamic. Natalie reacts calmly to situations that would have upset Jasmine. Still, Natalie is also assertive, pressuring Gino to make a clear decision about his marriage. Gino, who has not been entirely honest with Natalie, risks repeating the same patterns that strained his marriage with Jasmine. 90 Day Fiancé, Matt takes a jab at Jasmine for her failed marriages, insults her in front of his friend. Matt Brownies can't really calm down and let Jasmine brag about her failed relationships. He seems to be using her past experiences to insult her in front of his friend. The 90 Day Fiancé star introduced his baby mama to his friend before his family. Matt wanted to know how Jasmine would behave in front of Romanian people. He didn't want to risk it all for his baby mama. The TLC star is afraid to tell his family about his relationship with Jasmine. Brownies entered the morals and values era after impregnating a married woman. He has been suddenly talking about his Orthodox Romanian family and his newfound moral compass. Fans have already sensed trouble in paradise over the sudden change in the TLC star's behavior. What did he do? What really happened? 90 Day Fiancé, Jasmine plans to become a trad wife. Matt Brownies discussed his family background on HEA. Jasmine always enjoyed her baddie era and offered pure entertainment to her fans. However, she seems ready to sacrifice her true personality and become a traditional wife. The 90 Day Fiancé star shared the things her baby daddy has been looking for in his future wife. Jasmine shared that Matt wants his future wife to wear covered cloths, not to cuss anyone, become a stay-at-home mom, and homeschool kids. The latter also thinks that a woman should have only married friends and mothers. Hence, Jasmine feels ready to do anything for the love of life. She hinted, so maybe my Jasmine baddie era has to come to an end, and the Jasmine trad wife is on the horizon. 90 Day Fiancé, Matt mocks Jasmine for her chaotic past. Jasmine Pineda loves bringing drama to the show. She is trying hard to stay away from drama and focus on her new life with Matt. The reality TV celeb wanted to meet Matt's family and learn more about him. Recently, Matt took Jasmine to introduce her to a friend. She talked about being wife material and bragged about her experience. The Panamanian beauty thinks he is 100% wife material. Matt's friend didn't look very impressed with the answer and asked if he agreed with her. Pineda joked that she knows this because she was going to marry twice, and her baby daddy burst into laughter. She explained that she has experience, and she is still married legally to a person. Brownies said, "It's not a PowerPoint, you are using it as a powerful piece, but it's not." He wanted to know if she was calling her failed relationships an experience. However, Jasmine refuses to let anyone belittle her for her past. She thinks she knows what makes a marriage work and what doesn't. Matt's friend was in disbelief over all the shocking information about the 90-day fiancé star's life. He didn't know how to react to Pineda's marital status. Matt was embarrassed due to the latter's behavior. He tried to cover things up. Fans noticed how uncomfortable Matt looked because of his baby mama's behavior. One fan said, "Matt is now discovering the real Jasmine." Another user loved the funny side of Jasmine and praised her dramatic behavior. Others wondered if Brownies was having second thoughts about his relationship. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After star Jasmine and Matt meet attorney Oxalis to discuss Gino's notice and its impact on their daughter. Jasmine and Matt's tense encounter on 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? With attorney Oxalis revealed a legal and emotional tempest around Jasmine's former husband, Gino, in one of the most dramatic scenes ever. Even though they are no longer together, Jasmine is still legally married to Gino, even though she is currently living with Matt and is expecting his kid. What started off as an unusual open marriage has turned into a complex legal, romantic, and maybe deportation situation. Jasmine disclosed during the discussion that Gino has filed a complaint against her and accused her of marriage fraud, which could potentially affect her ability to remain in the United States. The lawyer cautioned that the child would not be acknowledged as a U.S. citizen if the fraud accusations are true and she is deported before the birth of her child. The fact that Florida law assumes that any kid born during a valid marriage is the husband's, in this case, Gino's, is even more shocking. The 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Consultation revealed how precarious their future is, both legally and personally, with Jasmine's feelings raw and Matt clearly frightened. Inside the legal reality of Jasmine and Matt's turmoil on 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? The 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Discussion between Jasmine, Matt, and attorney Oxalis revealed a jumble of marriage, immigration, and parental regulations that were all colliding at once. An open marital arrangement has turned into a legal threat, allegations, and deportation fears. We explain the legal complications and their potential implications for Jasmine, Matt, and their unborn child below. Marriage fraud claim and immigration danger. Attorney Oxalis informed them that in the event that the marriage is determined to be false, Gino's complaint may start the deportation process. The lawyer began by stressing how Gino's allegations may ruin Jasmine's present life, including her loss of access, residency, and, most importantly, her ability to raise or even have a kid with legal safeguards. If for any reason, Gino can show that the marriage was a fraud, you would be deported, the attorney on 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Said. Following the comment, the lawyer stated that the child would not be considered a U.S. citizen if deportation occurred before birth. He went on to say that due to time constraints, it is practically impossible to get a divorce and get married again before giving birth to Matt. After the conversation, Jasmine and Matt were rattled and realized that their only defense against a very real threat was now a legal strategy. Presumed fatherhood and legal paternity battles. Regardless of biological reality, Florida law automatically assumes Gino is the legal father because Jasmine is still married to him at the time of the baby's birth. The lawyer emphasized how this assumption compels Matt to defend his rights through legal action, potentially a paternity challenge. The laws of the state of Florida presume there's a presumption that Gino is the father of the child, explained the attorney. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Yes, Matt responded to the comment with a mixture of resignation and rage, admitting that even if DNA reveals otherwise, he might have to fight in court. When Jasmine expressed her biggest concern, telling her mother the whole truth about her marriage and immigration situation, her voice broke with anxiety. As the conference came to an end, they were considering their options and understood that their struggle was not only for identification but also for the future security of their family. I am still married. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Star Jasmine discusses Matt's past with his friend. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Star Jasmine Pineda is known for being honest, and her recent encounter with David, Matt's ex-roommate, turned into one of those candid, direct moments. A brief introduction swiftly turned into a series of intense inquiries concerning Jasmine's personal history, Matt's prior relationships, and unspoken facts. David became disappointed, and Matt became obviously uneasy as Jasmine took the opportunity to take ownership of her story as the discussion became increasingly heated. Leaning toward transparency, Jasmine faced David. Unwilling to be silenced, she questioned presumptions and demanded honesty. In the middle of the conversation, 90-Day Fiancé, happily ever after? Star shocked everyone by dropping a bombshell. I'm a wife material. I know what makes a marriage work and what doesn't make a marriage work. Actually, I'm still married. The tables were turned by this confession. She was suddenly taking ownership of her past rather than merely defending it. Any attempt at control was undermined, and Matt was compelled to respond instantly. 90-Day Fiancé, happily ever after? Moment, when the introduction becomes interrogation. What started off as polite small talk swiftly turned into a confrontation over personal boundaries and secrets from the past in this week's episode of 90-Day Fiancé, happily ever after? When Jasmine and David met, their conversation turned into a cross-examination of Matt's past and, perhaps more startlingly, her own. From light banter to tense confrontation. The 90-Day Fiancé, happily ever after? Meeting began with strange comments and uncomfortable giggles about first impressions. Jasmine made a joke about stereotypes, Matt cringed, a lot more. It was a fragile atmosphere. Jasmine swiftly used the banter as a means of obtaining information about Matt's previous relationships. In order to be honest about her history, Jasmine revealed her marriage. When Matt tried to shift the tone, he expressed, "It's not a PowerPoint. That's not the power of the presentation. You're using it as it's a powerful piece. It's not." This statement showed how uneasy and defensive he was getting. Jasmine saw a change in the atmosphere of the room and realized that power had transferred.